Hello everyone, Pierce Station here, and welcome to a new deck profile that I have. This is my Meta Blue Eyes White Dragon deck for I guess this is almost December now, so this is a December platform of this deck, and one that I use. It has went 6-2 in tournaments. It is beatable, but on very small, numerous occasions. So we'll get right to it, of course. Starting off, I run 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. No, these are not DDS, these are CT13s. But they are still rather hard to find in general. So I run 3 copies of the Beast. You have to do that. I also run 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. This deck does go over 40 cards, but not by much. It's only like 42. So you run 3 alternatives as well. I also run 2 Spirit of White. It's really good for getting Blue Eyes out of my hand and getting rid of banishing a spell or trap if I need it. I also run one Blue Eyes Abyss. It gives me my polymerization if I got white stone, or if not, just try to. He can also get a level 8 dragon to hand. Also, so he's very good for doing that as well. I run 1 Blue Eyes Solid Dragon. Again, he can basically just get Blue Eyes straight from the deck, and he can negate a monster's ability if you get him out with Sage or the White Stone. So he is very good as well. And of course, if you're going to run this deck the way that I run it, run 1 Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon is basically searchable with any card in my deck, basically. I can get him very easily, and if I send him to the graveyard, I can get him right back with the White Stone. And he is my ultimate deck monster, but I've got other ways of beating people. I don't have to use him if I don't want to. So like I always say, I run 3 Whitestone Ancients. Have to. That sets up everything. You can, even if you pair it off and go to a synchro, you can still get very good things out of the White Stone, in my personal opinion. And then I run 1 of the White Stone of Legend. That gets you Blue Eyes straight to hand if you synchro, pair it off as well, or if it just gets destroyed in general. This is a must. You must run 3 copies of the Sage. Don't run any less. Literally, you can set up everything off of the Sage if you get him in the right position. Now, if you get him in the wrong position, again, where this went 6-2, it can go wrong. Right now in the meta, you run 2 Nebula Dragons. You no need to run 3. You can run 3. I don't prefer it because you'll just double hand Nebula most of the time. And that's all the monsters that I run in this deck. So as you can see, that's a pretty nifty stack there, and I've still got quite a stack in my hand. So now we're going to get on with the spell cards that are necessary to run in this deck. I run 3 Bingo Machine Go. Have to. That's a 3 of. You can go 2 of. I've done it before. I just don't really get what I'm looking for. So 3 of actually gets me bingo almost every time. Blue Eyes, you're going to be fusing. So run 2 polymerization. You can run 3. I don't, because it again blocks my hand. And when I need polymerization, I can just get it with Abyss Dragon. So I don't really have to fight for it. And this is a new one that I put in here. This is Piercing the Darkness. It's a 3 of. Have to run 3 of. If you get Blue Eyes on with this card and they can't bounce this card, they'll never shoot over Blue Eyes White Dragon. Never. It's physically impossible. Like, I have looked into it many ways. There's only like a few ways that they could beat it, and on all in all in this deck, literally you can just get Blue Eyes back very quickly. So I ran 2 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Again, you have to run this card. 2 of, no less. You can run 3 of. I don't have a 3rd copy, and I don't think a 3rd copy would help this deck any at all, so I'm not running 3. Again, once I get that card so late in a duel, it's not searchable, so that card specifically, I never really get it at the right time, so normally they just end up at the bottom of the deck. So with a Blue Eyes deck, with the new meta, you must run 3 True Light. True Light is your go-to. This is what gives you your Blue Eyes spells. Anything specifies Blue Eyes White Dragon, spell or trap. And Blue Eyes White Dragon himself can be special summoned from the graveyard or from your hand. So yes, that does mean alternative as well, because his name is Blue Eyes when he is on the field. Very good card, in my personal opinion. I run 2 Destined Rivals. Used to run 3, but I kept running into this card, so I just decided to limit it to 2, plus True Light searches it anyway, so it's really good, especially if your opponent has some pretty good effects on field and they're trying to get rid of shit. You can just trap card that and basically negate it. I run 1 Ultimate Creature of Destruction. I don't see a point of running any more. If maybe you find a reason to run more, I mean, you can. I mean, it'll come back, but it'll be banished once it comes back. So, like, you could run more, but I personally don't, because I just don't find a use for it. Just for a field spot in my deck right now, I run 1 Evenly Matched. I don't have to run it. I could run, like, Imperv or Effect Veiler, but I just like it because, like, if I'm being overran in the middle of a duel, I mean, it can come pretty clutch. I can just use this card and, start getting rid of cards, which is very handy, especially you can use it when you have no cards. Now, for hand traps, I really don't run hand traps in this deck anymore. Like I said, I really don't, but I do run hand trap defense, which is Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I run 3 of this card because many times I've been ashed, and this card has literally won me the game on the last turn, because it literally does 2,000 damage and negates the attack. So, very handy there. And for the last card in the deck, I run 1 Imperial Order. Not very likely do I end up with this card, since, as you have seen through my deck, I run quite a bit of spell cards in there. I run about 10 of them, so in case I am running low on spell cards, Imperial Order is my go-to. Okay, so that is my main deck. I do not run a side deck in Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is basically the way it is, and it's probably going to stay that way for a long time, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to get on with the fusion monsters. What type of fusion monsters that you would see in a Blue Eyes? Yes, this is more of a Blue Eyes Shining deck, so it is a Blue Eyes platform anyway. I run Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I run Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, and I run Blue Eyes Neo Ultimate Dragon. Again, these are your have to, like, if you run Shining, this card has to be in there. If you don't run Shining, you can substitute this for, like, Blue Eyes Twin or something of that nature. Or you can just throw in another Spirit, to where I only have, like, 1. You could run another if you wanted to, or you can run another Azorize, or any other Link or Xyz monsters. Xyz monsters are big in this deck. So, those are my fusions for the deck. So they're very, very handy to have. I run Azorize and Spirit Dragon, like I just said. These 2 are my go-tos most of the time. Most of the time, it'll go from Spirit and then it'll jump into Azor. Because once I go from his effect into him, let's say somebody, like, destroys every card, and I quick effect him to go into him, he will still stay because he will not be destroyed because he's unaffected by card effects that turn. So again, he's very handy there. And they're both very good, especially if you go into Spirit Eyes and you can only limit 2 special summons per turn. You're kind of trying to shut the game down, especially for Tri Brigades and especially for Drytron. Drytron really doesn't like it very much. Okay, now for my links, I run 4. Again, I don't run a link 3. I don't think I run. No, I don't run a link 1 either. So my links get a little tricky. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spears. Obviously you're gonna run that. That is a dragon. Okay, I run Christian Halki 5-Rex. Very good, very expensive card. This is a lucky pull. I got this from the TCG pack. This one is about right around $100. This card's pretty damn mint. I do play with it, but as you can see the card here, there are no dents to this card whatsoever. I take very good care of this card. Could even here. I'll give you a better demonstration of this card. Very slowly. There's not a single thing up with this card. There's no corner bent. There is no damage to this card. Literally. I take very, very good care of this card because I know it's worth. But again, anyway, that card is very good because you can set up your tuners off of that. And yes, you did see the line in the back of the card, but that is just where the line comes through the actual card itself right here. Because they make these cards very weirdly, and I'm not sure how the hell you make a card like that, but that is what it is. This is Dark Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel. This is basically a Red Eyes Link, and I use it in this deck because if I get Shining out and then I have a field full of Blue Eyes monsters, which is easy to do, you can flood this deck pretty quickly. And also you can put out a lot of attack power as long as you keep, you know, your basis of what you're trying to do and your True Light paired off with your Piercing of the Darkness. The True Light basically brings back Blue Eyes, and if you have Piercing the Darkness on, whenever a normal monster is summoned that is non-token, which is Blue Eyes, you draw one card. So practically every turn you're drawing a card, so it's basically Pot of Greed. It's a legal Pot of Greed on the field, which also allows you to shoot over your opponent's monsters, which is very good. And then this, I use it to get back ultimate whenever I go into, like, let's say I go into Shining, then he brings back ultimate, puts him to a zone that he points to, so he's got to be your main key when he goes up. And then for the biggest, one of the biggest links in my deck, he actually is the biggest card in my extra deck, is the 5-headed Link Dragon. Again, this floods pretty quickly. I can get into him pretty damn fast. It doesn't really take that long. So those are my link monsters. It's the only link monsters I run. The rest of these will be Xyz. And again, like I told you, you can add more Xyz. There is one card that I don't have yet, but when I do have it, and once February comes out, I will redo the deck profile and show you exactly what it can do. I've had this for a few days now, and I thought I would just go ahead and show it off. Okay, so first off, I run number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Pretty good. It's not bad. I run number 62, Galaxy Eyes Photon Prime Dragon. Or Prime Photon Dragon, I'm sorry. And then I run number 38, Hope Harbinger. He's very good. I use him more often than not. These two are more as like material. Like I said, they're not bad at all. So I like to use them. Now for my 3 big ones in this deck, which basically the last one is it's a if situation. I run Dragubleon, which is a very good card. If you have this card, you can basically get into any number dragon, which is very handy. Number 100, Numeron Dragon. Can't see the text because it's the text is pretty damn black for me looking at it. So literally, if I bring it up here, you might be able to see it. Maybe. Yeah, like you can barely see the text. It's not a secret rare. It's just a normal edition of the card. And also, I run number C92, Hard Earth Chaos Dragon. Now, once I get the main number 92, I'll probably take him out. Either take him out or I'll take out Tachyon and keep him for like the material or whatever. But he's really good because if I bring him on just randomly, he can negate all effects on the field. In case if like there's some effect that's keeping me from attacking or you know, whatever it may be. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. I'll have to double check that. It's been a while since I played this. Cannot be destroyed by battle. And it's with C92. It says once per turn you can detach one material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. This activation effect cannot be negated, which is fantastic. So once you get him out and you use that effect, it goes through. Like, you're not going to not get that effect through. So that is all I have. That is my Blue Eyes Shining deck profile, I guess is what I'm going to call it, because it basically utilizes Blue Eyes Shining. As you can see by my mat, I have 2 of these, because literally I go and play it. Basically any event that goes on that has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm basically, one in it. And I really go through a lot of decks. But Blue Eyes has been the biggest thing for me since I was a kid. And now with the new support that they've got coming out, I feel like it will be, some of the best things that Konami's ever put out. I hope that Blue Eyes continues to grow and they continue putting out support for it, so that it continues to get better in the meta. But right now, no, this deck has gone 6-2. I will not bullcrap you. But this is all the time I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I'm Pierce Nation, and I'll see you in the next video. Pierce Nation out.